Your friends are scrolling through short content, but you, my friend, you're here to learn. Welcome to TRS Clips.
Mr. Modi is the first prime minister who thought of our sisters, our mothers, our daughters not having a toilet to go to. Half the country didn't have toilets until 2014.
Yep.
Now, so many governments came and went. Nobody thought about a simple thing like a toilet. And here you have a prime minister who spends nearly $20 billion just building toilets for the poor. But imagine what a great matter of satisfaction it is to all of us that we protected the dignity of our women folk.
Yeah.
It's a small thing. People ridiculed him when he talked about cleanliness, Swachh Abhiyan, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan on 15th August 2014. But today we realize the game-changing dimensions that it has.
I think the long-term Swachh Bharat is also going to have a role to play in travel, which is then going to unlock even so much more money. That's the big complaint we've had even on the show in terms of if all of India was just more hygienic, you'd attract a lot of people from all over the world to see our beautiful country, and there's so much to see. But is this whole tourism in order to make money a conversation that you guys have?
I'll give you a small example that will tell you all.
Sure.
You've heard of the Statue of Unity?
Yeah.
In Kevadia,
Yeah. Yes,
Gujarat?
Sir. Yes, sir.
The monument in honor of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, which Prime Minister Modi built. When I first went and saw it, it's a absolutely scintillating experience. Just can't get over it. The museum, the whole facilities, the whole ecosystem that's developing around it. I'd gone actually to do the Bhumi Pujan, the groundbreaking ceremony for a railway station to bring rail connectivity, which we did in a record time to the Statue of Unity. When I came back, I went to meet him and I was telling him how much I enjoyed visiting the place. You know, the Narmada Dam in the background with water behind it. It's just truly awe-inspiring. So while I was talking to him, I said, sir, I can see that we could possibly have a 1 lakh crore ecosystem around it with tourists coming in and we can create facilities and also he looks up at me and he says, do you think I've just created a statue? Obviously, the whole intention is that we create the whole ecosystem. It's a tribal area. People will benefit. People will get work. People will get jobs. We'll have millions of tourists coming over there. We'll transform that whole area. And believe me, today, we have millions of tourists going there a year, both national and international. You can't go to the top because it's full pack the whole day. Getting a seat onto the lift to go up is very, very difficult. Unless you book in advance, which is all, of course, technologically enabled online. But you can spend 3 or 4 days there and enjoy the whole experience. And I realized that Prime Minister Modi was actually thinking 3 or 4 steps ahead of what any of us imagined when we were all talking about the Statue of Unity.
Gotcha.
Similarly, when you look at Banaras, I don't know, did you get a chance to go to Banaras?
I have, sir. We recorded a lot of videos there.
Recently?
Yes.
With the new temple?
Yes.
Complex?
Yes, sir.
My God, have you seen it before?
I have actually. Yeah.
So you can see the dimensions of change there?
Yeah.
Now, I recently was told that the number of people who visit that temple is now 10x. And it's been only a short period of time, a year and a half now. This way it's going, I think we can set up probably 50 or 100 hotels in Banaras.
Yeah.
And it'll fall short.
Yeah. It's a bit of a rudimentary question, but I get this question from a lot of my white friends and my friends from Africa and Arab friends. They ask a lot about the jungles, the beaches, and the mountains. So is this also something you guys focus on developing?
Of course, it's biodiversity at its best in India. When the world is talking about sustainability, we have always believed in sustainability.
How do you convince the common man to be even more hygienic? I think that's the main kind of problem right now.
You know, it comes very naturally. You don't need to do much. Just keep the place clean for a few days. Okay. Nobody will ever dirty it. Okay. In this room, will you dare to, or will you even think of throwing something on the ground? You won't. But if there was a small pile of garbage there, while walking out, you wouldn't have minded a piece of paper or a tissue paper, you wouldn't, because it already looks like a garbage dump. The idea is we have to get the place cleaned up once. Maintenance of cleanliness is not very expensive.
Okay.
Human being intrinsically likes cleanliness.
Yeah.
Tell me, even the poorest of poor in the village also, he keeps his own village, his hut, his surroundings very clean.
Yeah. I feel there was a lot of wrong things that happened because of colonialism in India. Systems were messed up, lots of things were messed up. And over the last 75 years, we've been cleaning up the mess. And now it's that final 20% that's left, where we're trying to undo mindsets, be it in education, be it even about hygiene. I don't think traditionally we're unhygienic. I don't know how it's gotten introduced, but it's my theory. Something's gone on there. Maybe it's a conspiracy theory. I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't get down to conspiracies on this. But yes, I think there was a vested interest in keeping India uneducated, keeping India unorganized, making sure the Indians don't start knowing about the good things of life. And that was a systematic effort over hundreds of years. जो गुलामी की मानसिकता की बात होती है. And I think Prime Minister Modi, all of us are very, very focused that we have to get rid of that colonial mindset.
Yes.
And a simple thing like even our graduation ceremonies, that may be good for the winter months of the developed world. But I don't see any reason to have that gown with the cap and all in this heat of India.
Yeah.
I think we normally graduate in April, May, June, that period, right?
Yes, sir.
We'd rather have a nice kurta pajama or angavastra to graduate in. And gradually I see a lot of universities and colleges are doing that.
So these are playlists made especially for you. We've tailor-made learning experiences for you. TRS Clips.